know, you've been hearing in the news all the things that's happening. The glaciers are melting faster than expected. You know, there's been all these storms. The farmers locally have had like crops washed out by just ridiculous rains. You know, I'm worried. I'm worried for my daughter. She's 6 years old. She doesn't know what's going on. As a parent, I'm worried about the sort of world she's going to inherit from us. So I want her to see that I'm trying to do everything I possibly can to, you know, get the word out that this is scary, you know. When I was young, everyone was saying, oh, in 50 years, 100 years time, you know, that's when we'll be feeling the effects of climate change. But it's now. We need to do something about it. Prior to living here, we actually lived in India. And one of the things that people were telling us there was like 25 years ago, where we lived in India, Bangalore, it was all rice fields, it was a rainforest. There was, you know, it was raining, the monsoons were predictable. And in the entire 6 years we lived there, you know, the monsoons failed. Everywhere was drying out. There was a lake in Bangalore called Bellandur Lake, and that was always on fire. You know, we used to live near there, and the lakes shouldn't be on fire, you know. And for us, that was like the early signal that something was happening. And then we come here and we see everything happening. It's like, oh gosh, it really is bad, isn't it?
You know, there's just so many problems, like car-centric infrastructure, like, you know, from the asphalt that, like, you know, is, you know, causes tons of emissions when it's generated, to, you know, the brake dust and the tire dust that comes as tires are worn down over time. Then there's this whole idea that electric cars are going to save people, and it's kind of like, it's a red herring, you know. It's like that's not going to save people. That's just going to create more car-centric infrastructure, which is going to separate and divide more communities, tear apart more cities, and basically make places a more miserable place to live, you know. To some extent, the politicians here actually like understand the values and stuff of urbanism, and understanding that like we need denser places to live. We can't all live in suburban sprawl. We can't, like, you know, all shop at box stores, and that's just not sustainable, you know. Stop building highways, put more money into rail, put more money into public transit, put more money into pedestrian-friendly infrastructure. It's like only those ways can we actually move our communities away from using cars. Like right now, it's like hard to do a lot of things without a car. Like in a couple weeks, I'm going to visit my girlfriend's parents for Thanksgiving, and we're taking a car there because there's no other way, right? Like, but like we need more options, basically. So like ban cars is like, we need to like reduce car usage and make it easier for people to reduce their car usage.